This is the speaking test of the International English Language Testing System taking place on Saturday the 6th of September at the Success Pathway English Center number 𝐈𝐬𝐥𝐚𝐦. The candidate is 𝐈𝐬𝐥𝐚𝐦 𝐒𝐮. The candidate number is 096444. The examiner is Mohammed Asadil Haksuyang, and the examiner number is 53719. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Could you please tell me your full name?
Yes, my full name is 𝐈𝐬𝐥𝐚𝐦 𝐒𝐮.
Okay. And what should I call you during this test?
You can call me 𝐒𝐮.
Alright. May I see your identification, please?
Yes. Yeah. Here it is.
Thank you. Alright. Here you go.
Thank you so much.
Now, in this initial part, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. To start off with, what do you like to do in your free time?
In my leisure time, I devote myself earnestly to creating content, primarily centered on contemporary social issues, with occasional explorations into historical documentaries and related subjects. I am also an avid reader, predominantly of non-fiction works, though I derive considerable inspiration from poetry as well. Poets such as W.B. Yeats and T.S. Eliot profoundly influenced my literary sensibilities. Equally important, I allocate quality time to nurturing relationships with friends and family, whose presence and interactions continually invigorate my creativity and fuel my motivation for forthcoming projects and endeavors.
Alright. Do you have a busy social life?
Indeed, I lead a busy social life, yet I strive to adhere to a structured social routine. I consciously detach myself from overly hectic schedules or selectively set aside certain engagements, allowing time for personal reflection and self-care. I deeply value solitude and believe it is essential to dedicate moments exclusively for myself. Therefore, while my social life is active, I make a deliberate effort to maintain a balanced routine that accommodates both social interaction and personal time.
Okay. Has your life changed much in the last year?
Yes, my life underwent significant changes last year. It was truly a transformative period for me. Although I had been creating videos since 2021, I hadn't gained much exposure until last year. During this time, I focused on enhancing my skills, learning advanced video editing techniques, and improving my speaking abilities. I also chose to address some serious social issues during the July Revolution, becoming one of the prominent voices in that movement. This experience gave me a sense of freedom in expressing my views without hesitation or fear. Consequently, my audience grew, my content gained wider recognition, and overall, last year marked a pivotal and transformative chapter in my life.
Great. What would you like to change about your lifestyle?
That's an interesting question. Lately, I have been quite busy and often struggle to find sufficient time for self-improvement. However, as I mentioned earlier, I make a conscious effort to dedicate some time to myself. I plan to focus on my health by following a balanced diet, incorporating regular exercise such as running, and potentially joining a gym to work on my overall fitness. These are the changes I aspire to implement in my life. Reflecting on recent experiences, I realized the importance of solitude and personal growth. Last year, for instance, was particularly transformative for me, providing valuable real-life experiences that continue to shape my perspective and inspire my future endeavors.
Okay, moving on to the second part. I will now give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to prepare what you're going to say, and you're welcome to make some notes too if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Alright. Here is your paper.
Thank you.
And here's your pencil. I would like you to discuss your journey in content creation, specifically focusing on how you started creating content, the challenges you faced along the way, the growth you have seen in your online following, how your content reflects your academic background and intellectual interests, and what message you hope to convey through your content. You will have 2 minutes to speak, and I will let you know when your time is up. Can you start speaking now, please?
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my journey. Regarding my content creation, I began with a strong desire to speak on behalf of those whose voices are systematically silenced by the oppressors of society. I would like to share a personal story from my university days. When I was a first-year student at the University of Dhaka, studying in the Department of English, I was introduced to a wealth of poets, scholars, philosophers, and their diverse theories. This exposure, which I would describe as a kind of intellectual enlightenment, profoundly shaped my perspective. It taught me to approach the world with empathy and a unique lens, which ultimately sparked my desire to use my voice to advocate for others. I began creating videos, sharing what I had learned, and striving to deliver the same knowledge and insights to my audience. However, the journey was far from smooth. Two major challenges I encountered were self-doubt and negative feedback. Since my content is not typical entertainment material, I often worried whether it would resonate with people. At the same time, handling criticism was essential for my growth and development. I must acknowledge that my academic background played a crucial role in shaping my approach and execution. One of the key lessons I've learned is that addressing both serious topics and lighter, seemingly trivial matters is important. Experiencing failure is equally valuable, as failures serve as the true pillars of success. Ultimately, my guiding principle has become this: even when times are tough, never stop, and always keep moving forward. Thank you.
Alright. Anyway, let's see final last part. Part 3. Thank you. May I have the booklet and pencil back, please?
Yes, please.
Alright. So, you have just told me about your content creation journey. Let's broaden our discussion with some general questions related to your area of work and your audience's impact. So firstly, do you think activities like writing books or making music can change a young person's life, and how has it changed yours?
Absolutely. I firmly believe that engaging in creative activities can profoundly shape a person's mind, especially for young individuals who immerse themselves in such pursuits. As you mentioned, writing or reading a book can be considered both entertaining and creative, and exploring music is equally valuable for fostering a creative mindset. In my own experience, although I have not authored a book nor composed music, I have a deep passion for reading. Additionally, I used to play the guitar and performed in over 100 shows in a single year. These creative endeavors have significantly contributed to developing a distinctive personality and instilling a sense of confidence. The confidence I gained through reading and engaging with music has been instrumental in helping me speak confidently in front of an audience, on camera, and to advocate for the causes and people I care about.
Okay. How do you think platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok are shaping the way young people view and engage with topics like history, philosophy, and education?
Topics such as history, philosophy, and education cannot be adequately addressed in just a few sentences. They require time and careful elaboration. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, however, are primarily geared toward short-form content, with users focusing on Reels, Shorts, or TikToks. This presents a challenge, as such formats can sometimes oversimplify complex subjects that deserve a more nuanced discussion. That said, I have observed short-form content that successfully sparks curiosity in the audience, encouraging them to explore topics more deeply. Personally, I prefer YouTube because it allows for more detailed explanations, but I also maintain a presence on Facebook and TikTok. These platforms enable me to engage with a younger audience more efficiently and expand my reach in a way that complements my longer-form content.
Okay. What advice would you give to someone who wants to start creating content in today's digital landscape?
In today's digital landscape, addressing complex and in-depth topics can be quite challenging, especially since modern platforms largely promote vertical, short-form content. Starting with short videos is perfectly acceptable, and I would encourage anyone beginning their content creation journey to experiment with them. However, as a creator grows, it becomes important to gradually increase the length of their content and explore subjects more thoroughly. Oversimplifying complex issues can sometimes be misleading or even detrimental to the audience, so delving deeper is crucial for meaningful engagement.
Okay. How do you handle negative comments or criticism on your videos? Do you think the public response to content creators has changed over time?
Yes, social media is evolving rapidly. As a content creator grows and gains a larger following, there comes a greater responsibility to address a wide range of topics. However, discussing pressing or sensitive issues can sometimes lead to misunderstandings with a broader audience and invite negative feedback. In my experience, managing negative feedback is a crucial skill for any content creator or aspiring social media influencer. Personally, I focus on constructive criticism, using it to improve myself, while disregarding baseless or unhelpful comments. This approach has been an essential strategy in my journey, and it remains a principle I continue to follow.
Okay. What role do you think content creators will play in shaping global conversations in the future?
In shaping global conversations in the future, content creators have tremendous opportunities, particularly as traditional mainstream media often overlooks or simplifies issues that deserve serious discussion. Unlike mainstream outlets, social media creators enjoy a significant degree of independence, free from corporate constraints, which allows them to exercise freedom of expression. As a content creator in the current era, I feel a personal responsibility to contribute meaningfully to these discussions. Even from the modest setting of a small room, I strive to improve and make an impact. My aspiration is to become an independent journalist, and perhaps in the future, an international journalist advocating for people who are suppressed in various regions of the world. Therefore, I believe content creators today have a unique opportunity to work on a global scale and connect people across borders.
Thank you very much, Ripon. This concludes your speaking test.
Thank you so much.
All right.